Hello, hello, welcome to episode 3 of Gilganos playing the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna. Last time we did Goliath, which is, wow, a little puzzle that took me like an hour or something like that to get complete, including the star. Yeah, because I didn't expect the solution to be, you know, like to put a hexahedron on top of a drone and then just walk the walls. But hey, now we know that this is a thing, so hopefully next time we're gonna realize it earlier. Alright, we have one more puzzle here in this first area, or fourth area actually, right? Since we're going in the inverted order, we're doing 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm still not, well, obviously I'm not sure. There's a fan over there. How is there a fan over there? Can I jump that far? I cannot jump that far. Oh, there's a star there. Why is there a star there? I mean, I'm assuming... Oh, that's the star of this puzzle probably, right? Interesting. Would expect them to put the stars outside the puzzle. Well, okay. At least we already know that. So yeah, let's hope that this one does not take me an hour, and let's hope that Goliath was just the most difficult puzzle of the game, right? That's for sure how it's gonna be. Yeah, right. Okay. These three activities, then, intelligence, love, and creative action. Since when is intelligence an activity? Which are so closely involved in one another, I cannot but feel to be intrinsically good. They form the distinctively human kind of behavior. These three activities, then, intelligence, love, and creative action. I mean, also love is not an action, not an activity. Well, I mean, it can be an activity, I guess, right? But huh, interesting. Alright, so we just have this little glitch. This little fan there. It's gonna take us air delivery. Oh, nice. That sounds nice. Alright, what do we have here? Lots and lots of fans. That we cannot activate because we cannot take something through it. So we're probably gonna have to deliver like a hexagon or something in here. We have a jammer and 2 doors that we can jam. We cannot take it in here, though. What do we have over here? I mean, I'm already very relieved that this is a much, much smaller puzzle than Goliath. Oh boy. Never mind. Well, it is. Still much smaller, you know, like just size-wise. I need to sneeze. Come on. Oh, excuse me. But yeah. Oh. Hello. Oh, it's just if you lock yourself inside. Why didn't they have that? Or maybe they did have that and I just didn't find it. No, like why did they not have that in the first puzzle that we did, where I soft locked myself like 2 times? Weird. I mean, we can put this here, right? While jamming that door, but what would it do for me? We can put the jammer on there. Oh, and then we can use it. That's interesting. We can put it here while jamming this gate, right? Like so? No. Can we do that? Doesn't feel like we could do this. Oh, now it's probably on it. And then we do pew. That did not work. Oh. Like we could do this, but then it's just inside there and we cannot retrieve it because we cannot jam the first door. Alright, let's have a quick look around first if there is anything we are missing. Because it doesn't look so. Right now. I don't think so. Okay. I feel like this is the only thing we can really do. But how do we get the jammer to stand there while jamming the door? Oh, I can. Oh, okay, that makes this easier. I can stand on. I can jump onto the fan here. There we go. Ah. Oh. Oh, it doesn't work like I thought it would. Dang. Well. What the fuck? I've never seen that. What the heck? Well, okay, I guess that's not the intended solution. Thank you, developer. Or whatever that was. You're not even watching me. Come on, at least give me some audience here. Alright, well. What am I missing here? I cannot take it through here. That's... Like, optimally it would be... jamming the door behind and then throw it over. But I'm pretty sure we need a hexahedron. We do need a hexahedron to do anything like that. But we cannot get in here. Right? Well, obviously. Also, I'm pretty sure this means that we... Oh, we can climb over there. Does it change anything? Like, we need to jam this door, get this hexahedron over here, and then probably, like... You know, like, shoot it all the way over there. Makes sense, because we cannot take it out of the... Ah... Weird. Does not have a... I cannot... Can I eat myself? Oh, I maybe... Ah, I think I can eat myself over there using this fan. No, I can't. Ah, I was hoping I could, like, you know, like, put the... Oh, I cannot take it in here, I'm stupid. The jammer onto that pressure plate. But, alas. Wait, why can't I take that fan? That makes it easier. Why can't I detach those fans? What? I wasn't able to detach the fans outside, right? Well, that makes this trivial. I just do... never mind. This. I take this and we jam the door over there. And now we fly over. Easy. Well, okay. Now we go. Yeah, I can climb there using the ladder, so that's easy. Weird. I could swear I tried detaching those fans, like not in the puzzle. Actually, I did try to do that in the puzzle as well, I think. In some of the puzzle, and it didn't work. I guess you cannot detach all of them, but just some of them. And now we just do this. Actually, we don't even need that, right? Another question is, do I want to also... Probably I also want to... Can I do that? No, okay. Never mind. Alright. Then we move on. Can jam this, and now we have this hexahedron here. What do we need to do with it, though? What do we need to do? We need to get in here, right? We use the switch there? I'm assuming standing on that fan over there will take us all the way to the switch. So using this will take us... Oh, I think we don't need a jammer then, right? I can just put this here. And do this. But I'm kind of stupid. I already had it in there. What am I even doing? I can just... Oh, wait a second. Oh, I can put the jammer onto the hexahedron. And do it like this. And now we fly it over. There we go. Ooh, now it even stands on the... Ah, interesting. So we had the right idea, just not the correct item combination to do so. Because now I can, of course, pick it up and jam the next gate with it. Like this. There we go. I'll put this here. And now we fly all the way to the other side. Yoo! Bonk. There we go. Hello, Sam. Boop. Can I emote? I don't know. Hey, puzzle done. That was not even 10 minutes. Yay! It's no Goliath. Nice. Alright, let's check our social media. MrMulciber's theories on food. Don't think we've read that. MrMulciber, since Nave asked in a previous thread, I thought I'd write something about food. Good stuff. Let's read it first before we read the reactions, right? Food is something that was incredibly central to the human experience, yet seems completely absent from ours, even though we are so similar in so many ways. Humans required fuel. They got this fuel by consuming other living beings, of which there was a great variety in the world. Without fuel, they didn't merely slow down or temporarily stop functioning, as when a power source is removed from a turret, but basically decayed in a way that could not be fixed. This meant that they had to constantly seek new sources of fuel at least 3 times a day. Well, I don't usually eat 3 times a day, but okay. Also not at least. I'm for sure not eating more than 3 times a day. Maybe I should. Maybe I should like eat less, but more often. I don't know. They also had to... Yeah, I've been gaining weight again. I've been gaining weight again. But then again, it was just, you know, like the holidays, Christmas and stuff. But yeah, I really need to do something against that. This meant they had to go... they also had to deal with those elements of their fuel that their bodies could not process. These were excreted through 2 orifices between the legs. The latter subject matter was the source of many taboos and also a great deal of humor, though this resulted in frequent controversy. The most famous artist to engage with this subject matter was called Scatman John on account of his specialization. Okay, don't want to know no more about that, not at all, no. Ugh. One of the ingenious things our human ancestors did was to transform the chore of fuel seeking into a source of pleasure. Since parts of their bodies respond to chemical configurations by producing sensations, they use this trait to create a truly stunning variety of foods, each having a different so-called taste. Foods were available at widely distributed fueling stations, which also provided excrement removal facilities. Yes, true. So food became a source of pleasure. However, the inefficiencies of food distribution in human society frequently led to significant shortages for sections of the human population. There were attempts to rectify this, ranging from moral appeals to struggles for system change, but I do not know if they succeeded before the end. Probably not. MrMulciber, since Nave... Oh yeah. Kaiju. Weird, awesome stuff. Thanks. Nave, I feel smarter now, smile. Dog. What I don't get is how... I've never read Sam here, so that's interesting. I also realized, because there is the... Because last time I was like, hey... What's the order of the people we freed? Is Garrett always the first one because we started in the 4th area with puzzles, right? But I see that the achievement is called First, and it is release Garrett. So I'm assuming that, you know, like before you release the bots, they probably don't have a name, and immediately as you release them, they become a name, and just a set order doesn't matter in which order you do the puzzles in. So I'm assuming that there is no difference in which named bot you release. Depending on the orders you do the puzzles, it's always going to be the same ones. Dog. What I don't get is how so many of them didn't understand that they were machines. Every day they went around processing matter to extract energy, and they didn't realize? This has Talos principle stamped all over it. Oh, is that what the Talos principle is? You know, like that machines can be humans because like artificial machines can be humans as well because they're also just machines, while we humans are also machines, just biological machines and not artificial ones, which I can quite get behind. For me, if you put the consciousness of a human being, or not just of a human being, if you put a self-conscious consciousness, intelligent conscious, whatever. The definition is a little wonky, but that's the big problem, right? Into a machine, that machine is as human to me as a human. We are all machines, just biological. We self-heal. A machine doesn't self-heal. for example. There's differences, obviously. But if they're conscious of themselves, of their surroundings, and they can, you know, like... Let's say they have a soul, although I don't really believe in... Well, it depends on how you define soul, but in the classic interpretation of soul, I don't really believe in that. Or do I? I'm not sure. I don't believe in the class. Not likely, you know, like not like this spirit inside of you that when you die it really goes somewhere and whatever. Not quite like that. But just for simplification, if a machine has that, obviously it has the same rights as a human to me. Assuming it is also the same kind of intelligent as a human. Well, the same kind, but I hope you get what I'm getting at. So that's it. That's the Talos principle, I guess. I didn't realize. I probably should have informed myself about that. It makes sense, and the game makes total sense how the game is named, yeah. Because that's what it's all about, right? Having V2s, humankind V2 being robots. Perhaps I simply aspired to something more than just being food processing machines. That's still what they were. Pork. Not if they choose to be more. Lamb. I'm glad we don't have to deal with all that. Oh, but you do need energy, right? It's basically the same. Well, you don't really die if you don't get the energy, but you need someone to put energy into you again, right? So it's actually kind of interesting concept. Imagine if somebody dies, someone else could just go to them and put some food in them, and then they would live again. Garrett, I already freed you, Garrett. Why are you still writing here? Where are you even? And Belial as well. Garrett says we may have to when we get out of here. Belial says there is no out of here. Yeah, I'm still not. We still don't know what's going to happen to them. If they will be actually released into the outer world, into the real world. Because I have already played 3 hours of 3 hours, 2.5 hours of the Talos Principle 2. I know how the world looks in Talos Principle 2. So I'm wondering if these... Sorry, I cannot talk about Talos Principle 2 because this will release before our Talos Principle 2 playthrough, and there might be people not having played Talos Principle 2 when they watch this, so I kind of want to talk again. So, okay. I'm just going to talk about the Talos Principle 2 for the next 30 to 60 seconds. So, spoilers ahead. Just mute me if you don't want to know, and I'm gonna widely wave around once I'm done with the spoilers, okay? So in Talos Principle 2, you start in the simulation and you're being born anew as a robot into the actual world, right? You're being downloaded into your own body and then you go out into the world. And there is 1,000, you're the 1,000th of the robots that is being born into that society. So I wonder that because there is like, I think, the founder who was the very first one that came off the simulation, which is the main character of Talos Principle 1 of the base game, right? And then together with her, there is a few others that also directly get out of the simulation at that point, even though they don't have enough bodies, but whatever. So I wonder if those people in here, those probably 16 people, after they're being freed, are the ones that will be released immediately together with the founder. Because most of the other people in the Talos Principle 2 so far are like born by the simulation. They use the simulation basically to procreate, right? To create new AIs, to download into new robot bodies. But I'm assuming that the ones that we free here will probably be the ones that are released into the world. So I'm really, actually, if that is true, I'm really glad that I'm actually playing this this DLC now before we continue with the Talos Principle 2, because I'll probably meet those names again in Talos Principle 2. That's at least what I'm hoping. All right, talk of Talos Principle 2 done. Orc, don't start fighting, folks. You know we depend on each other. MrMulciber's theories are fascinating and give us an insight into the world that was, but we shouldn't forget the world that is. The world we built here. Called Gehenna. New gallery season. Lilith. Voting is now closed while we tally up the results. Of course, you may continue. Really, it's like, it was like 1 day and you needed like, you have like 1 season every year and it's 1 day. Oh, okay. Of course, you may continue to explore the gallery at your leisure. Rockwell, how convenient. The vote was closed just before I got here. Kaiju. Good luck, everyone. I wouldn't let my newfound freedom come between me and watching the live result. Wait, have I released Kaiju already? Maybe. I think we have released Sam, Belial, Garrett, and Kaiju, I guess, right? I should note the names down, actually. Interestingly enough, I've never read the name Sam here so far, I think, so I guess he wasn't really participating. Did I? If I did, then I forgot. The results are in, drumroll, in 3rd place, Knave, with Where the Humans Live. My first placement, woo! A pity it finally comes on the day Uriel begins pulling this place apart. A pity it finally comes on the day... Oh, his first placement. Lilith, there was a very tight competition this season for 1st and 2nd places, and in the end it came down to a single deciding vote, which was probably mine, right? In 2nd place this season is MrMulciber with a collection of natural history curiosities. Wait, I voted for that. Huh, interesting. Really, I owe it all to you guys. Who won then? Because I voted for MrMulciber. You look at the daisical approach to these announcements tires me. Please inform us who won. What the fuck? Okay. Finally, 1st place this season by a single vote, and next season's leading light. The winner is, everyone seems to love this guy, it's the blacksmith with his abstract collection. Dog, I don't know why everyone keeps voting for this guy when he never shows up in person. Bit holier than thou, if you ask me. Lilith, congratulations also to all those who voted for the blacksmith. Be sure to check in for your rewards. So if I would have chosen the blacksmith, probably MrMulciber would have won. So I don't get a reward. Aww. Lilith, who exactly turned the vote? Lilith, Lamp had the deciding vote, as it happened. Aww. Unfortunately, you didn't select the winner and gained no profile status. Aww. Okay, maybe I could have voted for the right one. Incredible Stories, number 5. Featuring new work of Belial, Mac, Galatea, MrMulciber. Edited by Lilith and Mac. Fiction. Alexandra's Choice by Galatea. The One Spiritual Law of Happiness by Belial. Non-fiction, The Blacksmith's Lost Work by Mac. Alright, I guess we're not here to solve puzzles, but to read that stuff, right? Alexandra's Choice by Galatea. Alexandra stood before the terminal and pondered her choices. Here, within the Pyramid of Iron, which is the name of the terminal, the most powerful temple of her people, she was about to create a world. All she had to do was press one button. Up until this moment, it had seemed easy. Or if not easy, then so necessary as to defy contemplation. Civilization had to be saved from the impending catastrophe. The orangutans had failed to take steps to protect themselves, had relied on their gods for a salvation that never came. The same fate could not be allowed to befall humanity. If this meant humbling herself, accepting her own death, then so be it. But death was inevitable. Life was a choice. What worried her was the ones who would fail. All the lost souls of the new world, victims of the process. In creating them, was she not also responsible for their deaths? She turned to the statue behind her, gazed at its marble form. If you are a god, Zeus, as the stories claim, then why did you create evolution? Why did you make a world that can only grow through cruelty and pain? For a moment, surely this meant death was near, she thought she heard him answer. My child, I was shaped by the gods that came before me, as you were shaped by me. The choice I had was between creation and oblivion, life and death. And I chose life, because any life is better than no life. Because as long as there is life, there is hope. If not for us, then for some generation come. Then how are you a god if you can offer so little? She whispered, feeling death creep closer. I am a god because I take upon myself the burden of creation, the statue replied. Then we are all gods, Alexander said and pushed the button. As the new world came into being, death overwhelmed Alexandra Drennan. Her mind fled and her body slowly turned to stone, until she stood before the terminal as Zeus stood on his pedestal. There were no more choices now, only the hope that creation mattered. I think Alexandra Drennan is the creator of the simulation, right? Or even like the leading scientist or whatever you want to call it. I think there's a statue. Spoilers for Talos Principle 2. I think there is a statue of her, right, in Talos Principle 2. But it's over. The One Spiritual Law of Happiness. I like this. These are very good texts. I like those. BGM, the background music is like something that you would hear in... what's it called? Banished. The One Spiritual Law of Happiness by Belial. Once upon a time, there was a small lake, and on the lake was an island, and on the island was a prison. In the prison lived a male human called Musky Rek. Musky was very sad, because there wasn't enough space in the prison for him to experience happiness. I must discover the one spiritual law of happiness, he said to the other prisoners. To the other prisoners, a female human called Sean, and a neutral human, okay, called Crumpier, but they didn't care. He couldn't understand how they could be so calm. One day Musky managed to break out of his cell by biting through the bars. Now he was no longer in the prison, and for a while he was happy. But then he realized he was stuck on the little island, and he became unhappy again. So he gathered his strength and swam across the water. This is how Musky got to the valley that surrounded the lake. The valley was much bigger than the island, and there were many interesting things here. A forest where all the trees were the color of lasers, a swamp with boats in it, a singing dog, and also a city where toasters lived. For some years, Musky was absorbed by all this, and he was happy. But then he started feeling trapped again. The valley was surrounded by mountains, and soon they looked like prison walls to him. He tried climbing the mountains and came to a bigger country, but even that was surrounded by oceans. Where was true freedom? Where was true happiness? When he'd almost lost hope, Musky met an old male human with a huge amount of white hair growing from his head. He lived in a small house by the beach, where dolphins and whales and sea elephants came to bask in the sun. He never went anywhere far from his house, but was always happy. The old man's name was Quantum. Wise old Quantum. How can I discover the spiritual law of happiness? Musky said. I have searched for it everywhere, but I am always trapped. You have not looked everywhere, Quantum said. For you have not looked within. Close your eyes. Musky closed his eyes, and for the first time in his life he couldn't see any obstacles. No walls, no mountains, no oceans. The space within him was without end, and he could go wherever he wanted, without even moving. He smiled. Musky went back to that old prison where he'd started, and now he understood why Sean and Crumpy were always calm. They knew they had an infinity of time and space to explore within them. Together, they sat in their cells and were happy and free. Well, okay. And the moral of the story, don't mind being trapped. Not really. I mean, yeah, sure, creativity, imagination are fine things to be having and indulging in, that's true. But, you know, prison cells are not nice. Blacksmith's Lost Work. A Mac. The blacksmith is one of the most mysterious members of a community. All of us have our opinions, of course, but only the blacksmith chooses to express them purely through art. To the rest of us, Gehenna means many things at once. We create, we consume, we discuss. But the blacksmith only creates, or perhaps there is a discussion happening, but it all takes place in the realm of interactive art. The blacksmith's dedication to this one form of communication, however, only deepens one of Gehenna's great mysteries, the fate of the blacksmith's lost work. Jerusalem, as the lost work was called, was posted in Gehenna for only the briefest period of time. Many had not even managed to start playing it when it vanished. Some had begun and felt quite impressed, but had not managed to explore it in the depth that it seemed to require. Then, suddenly, it was gone. Some suggest that the blacksmith deleted it because it was somehow flawed. Others think it was accidentally destroyed by a glitch, but that the blacksmith refuses to ever upload anything twice. Others yet, well, mainly Rockwell, think that it contained one of ELOHIM's secrets and was destroyed by a killer app that roams the world looking for leaks. There is also a theory that the moment someone finished it, they were granted some kind of special insight, at which point the work deleted itself. One fact remains: it's gone. And every attempt to recover it from the database has failed, as has every private message to the blacksmith asking for it to be made available again. What was Jerusalem? What was it really about? We may look for hints in the blacksmith's more recent works. We may hope the file turns up again someday, but the truth may never be known. Interesting. Jerusalem. Still don't have the profile status 6+, unfortunately. Alright, now we do need the hexahedron. Outside to get stars. So how do we get the hexahedron to the outside? First, how do I get it back here? Not at all, I guess. Probably have to reset the puzzle then, right? Wait, I think I also need a fan, no? Or is it just the hexahedron to push the button? No, there is a fan. Okay, can we take the fan off? No. See, this fan we cannot take off. Oh, this is integrated in the thing. I see. So that's the difference. Okay. Yeah, well, it's not necessarily got to be the hexahedron, but well, the hexahedron is that thing that is being able to be shot around, right? So I think we need to reset this, right? Because we cannot reach the hexahedron right now. That would be weird though, because so far we've never had to reset a puzzle to get the star, right? Huh. That's a little confusing to me. Does it reset when I go back through the bug wall over here? Probably not, right? No. No. Okay. Alright, you can hold X to reset. Oh, I didn't know. Now I know. Okay. How do we get the hexahedron? Oh yeah, we use this to shoot in between there. Then we use this to activate this fan and jump over here, and we have the hexahedron. Actually, we don't. That's the question, how do we get it out of the purple areas? Cannot turn this around or anything, right? I mean, we can get it here, no problem, right? And then, of course, you can just jam this to get it out here. I'm assuming we need to put the hexahedron on that one, right? It might be lighter than we are. And maybe then it will fly in like over the wall instead of landing in here. But how will we do that? Well, first of all, let's do this again. Really? It's not on the thing? Wow. Well, guess we gotta try again. Oh, can I not? Really? Wait, did it? Oh. Oh, it was on the thing. Dang. Did I hack myself already? No. I can just do this if I need to. Question is, do I need to? So then we jam this and put the... But now I need to get the jammer to the other side so that I'm able to put it on the switch, right? So that I don't need to put the hexahedron on the switch. Well, I can't get it to the other side by just putting the hexahedron on the switch, right? Like this. Now what? Now we're not... I mean, I can't stand on this. But I cannot take the jammer with me. I do need to take the jammer with me, though. Because I need to put it on the pressure plate, right? So that I can put the hexahedron on this. If that is indeed how this is meant to go. Oh, I'm stupid. I should have taken a fan with me. Ah, that's probably it. That is probably it. I can probably detach that fan there and take it with me. Did not think of that. I think I have to reset again. Because I don't think I can get through here again, right? With the fan detached. Maybe we can. Let's see. We can do this backwards, right? There we go. Alright, let's take a fan with us. Wait, it doesn't help us. Oh no, it does. Jam this. Now we take the fan off of here, put it here. Jam this, take this here. There we go. Boop. No, it just lands inside. Inside there. What if we put another fan on there? Does it change anything? I mean, I don't assume so. Huh. If only we could turn it around or something. I could probably hold the hexahedron and try to... I don't think I can, like... Well, I mean, I know I'm hacked anyways, right? But maybe I can, like, jump further? And I push forward or something like that? Or to the side? Maybe I can jump to the side? Because I really don't see any other possibility to get out with the hexahedron except for using a... I mean, it might also be that fan there, right? But how would I get it in here? Oh wait, I did have it in there in the beginning, right? Let's see, what exactly happens? I'm not sure if we actually tried that. What happens, you know, like... When I put the hexahedron on... I mean, it's probably just gonna fly here, so that's not gonna do anything. No, I wanted to put it here. It just... Obviously, it takes the exact same flight path than I do. And I cannot manipulate flight path. How do we get the thing out of here? Do I need to make it crash into something? Oh boy, I have no idea. I sure hope it's not a jump puzzle again. Because those are just so unintuitive. Because, you know, like, it could be that you could jump anywhere, right? It's not as obvious as a door that you need to jam or something like that. I cannot change the angle of these fans or something, right? Not that I would know, at least. Wait, what do we need this for again? Oh yeah, to bring the jammer in, I remember. Like this, right? Don't feel like this is gonna lead me anywhere. I have no idea. At this point I'm feeling more like being able to like jump onto the walls at some point. Or from some point. Then do some shenanigans like that as usual, basically. Can I put it on the tree trunk? No. I could probably jump off while flying around on this thing, but what would that do for me? That wouldn't do anything for me, right? Because I still need to pick up the hexahedron and take it somewhere. Except of course if there is, for example, another hexahedron somewhere up there. Like maybe I put it here, stand on the hexahedron, and while it's flying over here I jump onto the rocks up there. But I could actually do that, yeah, now that I think about it, right? No, I can't, because I cannot activate the switch. Maybe I can. Let's try that. Let's try that. This is taking longer than when you go through it from the menu. Bip. 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 Let's take this fan with us. Oh, no, we can't. Okay, never mind. Alright, now I wanna put it here. Pick this fan, attach it here. Don't stand on the switch, oh my god. Up here, and then boop, and there was an option to jump there. Did you see that? It was very quick, but it was there. Definitely. Now, obviously, I don't know if that's gonna do anything for me, but maybe there's just a hexahedron up there. Or something else I can need to activate the pressure. I can take a fan with me. No, I cannot, because I need to fan on the pressure plate, right? Dang. Maybe I can take this one somehow. I don't think so, because we're gonna keep... Nah, I don't think so. Oh, mysterious, mysterious. I could take this off. But I cannot take it with me to the next room, unfortunately. Obviously, we cannot get anything from the outside in here. Alright, now we're up here. There doesn't seem to be anything up here, so we need to take something with us. I mean, now I can walk the walls, obviously. Could I have, like, turned around and picked up the hexahedron while it's in midair? I don't think so, right? Pretty sure I cannot get anything from up here. Maybe I can take off the fan while we're flying. Or pick up the other fan again. Turn around and jump. Wow, okay. Would be quite a series of inputs. But let's try that. I mean, it doesn't take too long to set up, so it's not too bad, right? Boop, 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 and boop. I can pick up the hexahedron, but I cannot jump. Interesting, off the hexahedron at the same time, so I need to jump first and then pick it up. Let's see if that's gonna work. I tried to pick up the fan, obviously, but it's too fast, I think. I don't think that works. I don't think it works, actually, to be honest. And I think if it works, then it's probably not... I don't know, maybe it is how it's meant to be done. Can detach the fan, but it's like... If only I could, like, throw it instead of putting it there immediately. No chance. I mean, this is the only thing I can currently see that is feasible doing. I can't jam the thing, right? Does that do anything for me? I mean, I could delay, like, a shot like this. But I cannot reach a jammer, so... It still doesn't really do anything for me. I cannot get the jammer in there, no chance. Oh boy. I don't know. I have no other idea than just turn around fast enough to take off the... Maybe I can attach it and immediately detach it again. Maybe that's easier than... I need to turn to the right before I jump, because if I just jump, it doesn't do anything. Let me just try a few times to grab the hexahedron in midair. Because I don't think it's gonna work, but I don't see anything else right now. It's really difficult. I think I can do that. Like, I could maybe jump over there. Pick it up, but I don't think I can jump back, can I? Don't think so. Also, I don't think I can walk on the spikes. Oh, I can walk on the spikes, interesting. I cannot pick it up anyways. Huh. Funny, I can walk on the electric thingy. Interesting. Oh boy, I have no idea. Well, I have ideas, but they don't work. If only I had one more fan. Or something else. Or could get the jammer in here, or I don't know. Maybe I can get the jammer in here now that I think about it. Maybe I can pick it up from up here? Somewhere? Probably not. This is annoying. That doesn't do anything, right? I mean, I can take a fan with me like that, but it doesn't do anything because I still need to take the fan from over there, over here, and not the other way around. And I don't think that would actually do anything for me. Wait a second. Like this, but it doesn't matter having a fan here, or if I'm having a hexahedron here. Like, ooh, that doesn't do anything for me. Actually, now I'm stuck here with the fan. I don't know. I might have to bail on that one. No alternative exit or anything. Maybe you can jump on the... Let's try that. Maybe you can jump on the iron console using the hexahedron. And then onto the wall, and then pick it up. Something like this. Interesting. 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 Really? Is that easy? Wait, that has to work. I just did that. Wow. That's... Huh? Why doesn't it work anymore? That would be much less elaborate than what I tried to do. Wait, why can I not... I did that jump just a minute before. Oh, there we go. Really? Is that the solution? I mean, that works. What the heck? Okay, that is so much stupider than what I tried doing, I guess. Well. Wow, I am disappointed in that one, to be honest. But okay, whatever. We do have to stall. Yay! Bonk. Alright, that's 4 out of 4 here. Let's see if something changed. No social media? Nope, not so far. We do have time for another little puzzle, so let's go there. I'm kind of confused though that we have not yet gained any Tetrominos. I mean, do we have 4 of these dots to the left? I guess that's the robots though. Are they? Oh, they're over here. Hello. What are you doing here? The heck? That's not creepy at all. They're standing here like... Oh yeah, this Kaiju that we... Feels like they, you know, like getting executed, getting hanged, basically, waiting for getting hanged. So that's weird. Why are you just standing here? That's really creepy. Okay, I guess we did it. Transcend. Oh, I could transcend those 4. And they would probably turn into Tetrominos, right? I wanna release all of them first, I feel, before we do that. I mean, it might be that we just can do that whenever we want. But it might also be that we can't do that whenever we want and just once. So I feel we wanna do it with all of them first. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense that we wouldn't be able to do it repeatedly. Because if they turn into like 4 Tetrominos, we wouldn't have enough to continue playing, right? So I don't think that's how it works. But still, I just want to make sure. Let's just... If that is the case, it doesn't make a difference if you transcend them now or transcend them once we have freed all of them, right? So let's just free all of them first. That reminds me, I have no idea what kind of... or how I'm gonna do any... That's different. Thumbnails of this game. Ah. How am I gonna do thumbnails of this game, I wonder? I mean, at this point, this is like the 3rd episode, right? So I probably have figured something out at this point. Nothing new. Alright, let's get over here first. Never saw a man who looked with such a wistful eye upon that little tent of blue which prisoners call the sky, and at every drifting cloud that went with sails of silver by. Okay, a little poem there. Which reminds me on the bridge and Dark Souls 1. Just, you know, like with no dragon flying overhead. Alright, so many... I cannot get over... I can go over here, really? Why is there so much open space over here? No particular reason, as it seems. I can't believe that. Maybe just to chillax? What's up with there, I wonder? Can we swim there? I don't know. Pretty sure we can't. Just some little road to explore there. Chill side by the cliffs. There's gotta be something somewhere here, right? They don't just do all of this.
Of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words.
Okay, it's just a death wall. Okay. Yeah, just want to say. Well, I was just saying, ironically. There's no matter, they just put it all there without any reason, but as it seems, there's no reason to it. Like when there's just an invisible death wall there. But I might be able to get on the aqueduct. Which is what I'm trying to do right now. Also, that was quite a jump scare. ELOHIM talking to me suddenly. I don't think I can get on... maybe I can. I probably can. You know, like, if I would be good at jumping puzzles, right? It's not like... I for sure never played a platformer in my game. I don't know how those games work. I just always play action RPGs, right? Yeah. I mean, this is basically... Elden Ring platforming. Just easier, actually. Much better to control than the character in Elden Ring. Whew. That was kinda close. I feel like we're not gonna find anything up here, unfortunately. I guess I'm hitting the ceiling. Never mind. Hello. Where is there a red emitter? Ah. I honestly did not expect to find anything up here. Question is, from where exactly do I need to shoot at it? I do have line of sight to over there or to down... probably not to down there, right? Maybe... most likely over there. And I do it like this. I'm pretty sure the lasers can go through the purple walls, right? Wouldn't make sense any... Yeah, they cannot go through the... It's kind of funny. They can go through the purple walls, but not through the iron balls. They obviously have space between them. Okay, I'm assuming we need to aim from over there then. Also, there's a fan here. What does activating that fan do? I mean, again. Oh! That's gotta be a powerful fan then. If that's gonna, you know, make you fly all the way over there. Oh, I'm pretty sure that puzzle over there is the only one we can see from here. So let's do that puzzle first. And see if we can activate this from there. I mean, if that's the case, then it's probably just gonna be the star from there, right? Nothing like super elaborate, but it's probably gonna be just the... Oops. The star from that one puzzle. Alright, but so we can do that first anyways, right? Is there a red emitter in here? Red laser emitter? Ray trivia, probably. There's a blue one. And there's a red one. Nice. Does it work? It doesn't. I think it's hitting the wall, unfortunately. Even though it does say it would reach, right? It does say it would reach, so... Let's have a look. Climbing all the way up there. I mean, this is a nice little hike. I would love to go hiking in an area like this. Maybe I really should go to Italy and go hiking at some day. If that's what I'm gonna find there. Because I love hiking in not very densely bewildered areas. Like when there's not too many trees and stuff. I don't like hiking through forests that much. But I love hiking in the mountains high up. One of the most beautiful hikes I've ever been on was obviously in Switzerland, because I mostly hike in Switzerland. I live in Switzerland, obviously. Huh? One of the most beautiful hikes I've ever been was like over 2,000 meters height in the Alps, actually, in the summer. And it was like, you know, like there was no trees, no shrubbery, but just moss, basically, moss and grass, and like small, like really beautiful outflowers and stuff. And I don't know, it's super serene and also still beautiful, even though there's no trees around and stuff. And it was so peaceful that there's just nobody around except for me, well, and my mother, because I was hiking with my mother. But that was really great. It was like in a height of like 2,200 meters or something like that. We can swim. Why did I need to do any of that when I can just swim? I could have just gone here and swam. Or maybe it was probably too high in the air. But does that mean I can swim to that island? I mean, probably not, right? I'm probably gonna hear ELOHIM. Yeah, okay. Is that just decoration? There's no way that island there is just decoration, right? That would be stupid. Well, okay, let's do some puzzles. Well, let's do one puzzle, I guess. Fortunately, we already have the star for that one, so that's not gonna cost us any more time, right? Let's just do this puzzle. And then we're gonna be done already for this episode again. Wow. Well, and read some social media, obviously. Alright, raid trivia. Let's see. Should need at least one more connector to open this one to get more connectors. Also, we don't have a blue laser. Is there a jammer anywhere? Let's assess the situation. We need to open this, obviously. We just have one connector, that's it? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, let's see what happens when we connect it to the red one, right? Nothing. Oh, but we can get this one. Alright, so trivia is basically... What? The question is, how do we activate those two, right? Without crossing the streams. I guess that's a trivia. We need 2 red for sure. Because we cannot see that emitter from the line of sight of the switch, right? And the blue one, do we have a free line of sight somewhere? Like probably with that one, right? No? Ooh. So we have 3 connectors, but we would need 4 on first glance. Okay, can we do any elevation changes on any of them? Can I? No, that's not a line of sight. Ah. And there's no 4th one, obviously, right? Oh, I also need to keep those active. I see. Makes sense, because we don't have a... I mean, this seems to be most sensible so far, right? But now how to get the blue one over there? We kinda need to release this one, right? Depends on what laser we wanna... what emitter we wanna use. Like now we could obviously do something like this. We're nowhere gonna have a line of sight because this wouldn't work. For both of them. Or do we? Here in the corner? Oh, we do. Oh, never mind. Yeah, now we just need to solve crossing the streams. Huh. Which seems difficult, to say the least. Ah, oh, jeez Louise. Oh, maybe you can do this. That's a line of sight. I think that's gonna work better. But then we need to unlock this laser. We cannot do that. What if we... No chance. No, we do not get a line of sight with the red emitter to the directly to the switch. So, oh yeah, we can do... No, we can't do that. Because this only opens when we have both switches active. Ah, this is complicated, man. But obviously... And like, obviously we need this switch to unlock this gate and this emitter. But if this is active, we cannot have a blue laser over here. Still cannot open this gate. Why is there even a blue emitter in here? It doesn't make sense. It seems like we cannot do anything with that. Well, except for this very suspicious line of sight here. Oh, sure. I can do that. Stupid me. And now I don't need this anymore. Bang. Oh no, it's still connected. Never mind. Okay, now I need to get this one connected with that, like this. And now I can take this one away. Alright, there we go. Now, we take this one, connect it to the emitter, and the switch over there. And that switch. Why did it shut off? What? Huh? I'm confused. I cannot connect it to this connector here because I do need this for the red switch. So I would think to be able to do... I think like as soon as I connect this one to the emitter there, it will break the connection to this connector, right? No. Then why did it happen? It feels like this is the correct solution then. Not sure if this is good. What happens when I take this away? If this is gonna close immediately or if it's gonna be active again. Fuck. Well, okay. Step by step, once more. I'm trying to cut too many corners. That's the problem here. Alright, now we need this one. To do this. And then we take this one to do this so that we are not connected to that one anymore. Like here. Alright, there we go. Now it will be working. Because now we don't have the laser to the left in the way anymore. There we go. Now I can take this one, connect it to this one, and to the red switch. Boom, baby. Cutting too many corners. Frankenstein, hello. You are released. Bye-bye. Bye. Alright, I'm pretty sure that the start that we got is attributed to this little puzzle here. It doesn't show. It doesn't even show that it has a star here. Interesting. Bye, Frankenstein. But I'm assuming that's gonna be it, so we're not gonna try to find another star in here. I mean, obviously it doesn't show another star in here anyways, right? So, let's read social media, and then we're done for this episode. Uriel, read this now. Decrypting, protected thread, done. Alright, show me the new threads. Already seen all of that. That's new. Kaiju, I can't confirm most of what Uriel says, but I can say for sure that I am no longer imprisoned. In fact, there are quite a few of us out here now. MrMulciber, who exactly is with you? We're trying to gather exactly what's going on. Kaiju, I can see Sam, Garrett, Belial, and Frankenstein. Frankenstein, that's Frankenstein, thank you. Sam, oh that's Sam, I see. Imprisonment equals false, ascension equals false. Research project, help needed. MrMulciber, as you all know, I have great fascination with their history and psychological makeup. As part of my ongoing program to document my findings, I am seeking volunteers to take part in a brief interactive research initiative. It is designed to better understand individual and group decision making with a series of community-driven tests. Attachment. Load attachment program. Done. Adjusting library parameters. Done. Connection to Freud module established. Welcome to Prisoner's Dilemma. Would you like to play a game? Would you like to play a game? Instructions. Prisoner's Dilemma is an ancient game with many variations, referenced frequently in the library archive. In this version, you will be matched with a series of opponents, and your objective is to avoid receiving demerits by cooperating with or outwitting them. Your first 5 rounds will count towards your leaderboard score. Rise for scores of 9 demerits or fewer. Avoid receiving demerits. What are demerits? I need to... Okay. Oh, errors, I guess. Sure, begin. Searching for unranked player, done. Connecting you with Kaiju. Opening chat port, done. Kaiju, good luck, have fun. Thanks you too. You have my gratitude and I bid you good fortune and kind. A smile. Loading 1 round match, done. In this single match you will choose whether to cooperate with or to betray your opponent. The decisions will then be revealed, and demerits assigned according to the following functions. Both players betray one another, 2 demerits each. A cooperative player is betrayed by the other. Cooperator receives 3 demerits. Both players cooperate. Both receive 1 demerit. Please make a decision now. So if both players betray, you always get 2 demerits, which is double the much if both cooperate. But if one betrays, you get 3 if you try to cooperate. It feels like betraying, like always betraying, is the lowest risk, right? Because you will either get 0 demerits or 2 each. If you assume that it's like a 50-50 chance, then betraying will always give the same amount of demerits as cooperating, because every second time, statistically, you will be betrayed, right? So you get 1 demerit when cooperating, and then 3 when you're getting betrayed. Which is 4, which is the same as if you have 2 rounds of both players betraying one another. But if you betray, and the other doesn't betray, you don't take a single demerit. I feel like always betraying is the play, if you really work towards the lowest number of demerits. If you like, don't know your opponents at all. I mean, giving the introduction, I think Kaiju might be a cooperator. Let's cooperate. Thank you. Waiting for other player. Done. Checking results. No! How could you? Kaiju chooses to betray Uriel. You have received 3 demerits. Your opponent received 0 demerits. You lost the match. Re-enter matchmaking. And okay. I thought, like, that would be nice. But okay, let's just always... Ooh. Oh god, now we're getting into the philosophical terms here. Dog, hi, not really sure how this game works, but I will cooperate if you do. Agreed. Sure, let's try. Let's see if they are honest. In this one match you will choose, it's the same, right? Okay. Cooperate. You are such a fucker. Ah, sorry, I completely shocked you. Obviously you're new around here. This game mode is stupid in my honest opinion. People are always selfish if there's no comeback. No real tactics. Player Dog has challenged you to a 3-round match. Would you like to load the game? 3-round match. Sure. Cool. Now look, if we work together on this, we can both climb the leaderboards together. As a gesture of goodwill, good faith, I am really going to cooperate with you this time. It's not good if it's not goodwill, it's self-interest. Feel free to betray me if you really want to, but I suggest we cut your losses and move forward, because I can't very well continue to cooperate with someone who behaves unreasonably, and then we both lose in the long run. I mean, obviously I'm gonna betray him every single time now, because if he cooperates, I don't get any demerit. See? I don't know what came over me trusting someone else. I suggest you enjoy that win while you can. It's mutually assured destruction now. And we're just gonna betray each other now all the time. Obviously. You see where this gets us? Bottom. Well, you started it, dog. You started it. Bottom of the leaderboard. That's where you started it. Come on, cooperate with me at the last round. We can claw some of the spec. You started it. I'm gonna betray all the way. He does so as well. And so it goes. Once the game's up, there's no much to gain by continuing to cooperate. Is there? See ya. Received 4 demerits. Your opponent received 7 demerits. Wait, what? Why? We had 2 draws. And I lost the first one, right? Why did I win? Huh? Oh no, I won one. Oh yeah, no, it was a new one, right. It was win, draw, draw, right, okay. My score, 10, yay. Sorry, you need to score 9 or better to receive a prize. Please come back soon to check in on our leaderboards. Oh, should have always betrayed, man. What happened to the others? Knave. There are some people who haven't posted in a really long time. They also don't respond to private messages. Q Dry, Nelson, Coffee Cup? Did I accidentally offend you? Funkenstein. Galatea hasn't posted in a while either. Neither has Asmodeus. Asmodeus still votes for stuff though. Rockwell. Same goes for Ravistar and Simpletsky. And they mentioned some kind of strange distortion in the last post. Uh-oh. Lamp. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. They're probably just busy catching up with all the cool new stuff everybody's been making. Ask for more information. Tell me more about the nature of this distortion. Rockwell. They said it was like objects had lost their surfaces, like they consisted only of pure shapes. I think they were seeing something Elohim wants to keep hidden from all of us. The real truth about this world. Dog. I think it all broke down and they're dead. I think so too, to be honest. Probably glitched through the bottom of through the floor or something like that. Rockwell. There's more to it than that. The world doesn't just break down on its own, it kinda does. Garrett. Yeah, it does. It's called time. Jefferson Goldboom, episode 126. Oh my god, okay. I do have a little more time in this episode for a reading of this, right? The Adventures of Jefferson Goldboom in the 9th Dimension, episode 126. Now, hey folks, lots of crazy stuff happening here in Gehenna, but don't miss this new episode. Sam, in German equals true. Lamb, with all the strange... Let's read it first. I'm not sure if I actually went back to the comments after the last time I did that, well, whatever. Reality blurred. Tiny blue symbols floated through the air. Voices echoed in the distance. Then a vast landscape rose up before them. Thousands of towers, one next to the other, reaching into the sky, disappearing in the clouds. Each tower was covered in feathers of a different color, fluttering in the trans-dimensional wind. Oh my, Shinny HT whispered in awe. Jefferson could not speak. He was too overwhelmed with the beauty of the 9th dimension. Grabbed his guitar and improvised a new solo to express his emotions. Okay. Would have built these amazing structures? Shinny asked. There is only one possibility. Remember our paleo DNA research pack at the Institute? You can't mean... But it makes sense. Of course. Yes, look at the size of the buildings. Who else would need so much space? So it is. Dinosaurians. As if summoned by Shinny's words, a group of raptors on motorcycles roared up to the road towards them. They wore bandanas on their heads and armored t-shirts on their bodies. Friends, Jefferson said, we have come from the human world to help you. We are not your enemies. But the raptors did not seem to understand him. They got off their motorcycles with rusted pipes in their hands, their eyes glowing like lasers. They like lasers in this game, I see. The situation could quickly become dangerous. Then, Ginny had an idea. Jefferson, play the 9th chord! But that was how this dimension was created. Playing it here could destroy the universe. No, Jefferson, I calculated it. Please trust me. I know you haven't seen me in years, and you may be afraid that evil Dr. Elion has corrupted me, but you know my brain. What's... Hey, babe. Come on, trust me. You know my brain. Worked every single time that I said that. Which is 0, so that's basically a true statement. They were coming closer now, and in their glowing eyes, Jefferson detected great intelligence, but also great anger. They clearly believed they were defending their home from invaders, and though Jefferson was the greatest warrior in history, he was reluctant to fight. Violence, he had been taught, was the first refuge of the incompetent. I trust you, he said. He held his hand, and together they played the 9th chord. To be continued! Sam, enjoyment equals true. Lamp, with all the strange stories going around lately, I'm glad to be reminded of the beauty of the world we've built here. Thank you for contributing to it. Kaiju. Hey, I'm free, but I still check back regularly. Where do I actually do that? There's only one terminal, like, where you are right now, so that's interesting. I love this story. Yay for the dinosaurians. Lilith. This is very clever. I always thought that the events of episode 69... Nice. would affect the plot somehow down the line, but I was still surprised. Mac, thanks Lilith. I've been waiting for this particular revelation a long time. MrMulciber, excellent. 401, you know, this is nowhere near as deep as the blacksmith's work or as weird as Belial's, but I keep reading. Funkenstein. I'm not sure dinosaurians would wear armored t-shirts, 4 out of 10. Nave, it's just a story, Funkenstein. The point is to have fun. Admin, keep up good work, Mac. Mac. Whoa! Thank you, Admin. I'm really honored that you read my story. Yeah, didn't Admin like disappear or something like that? Alright. Oh my gosh. Oh my roboter gosh. Oh my human V2 gosh. That's it. Whew. For episode 3 of Gilganos playing the Talos Principle Road to Gehenna. 5 puzzles down, 11 left to go, at least, right? Probably more, we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're gonna maybe clear this, I don't know. The stars are kind of difficult to get, I feel, so. I felt like most of those puzzles were a lot easier than the Goliath one. Then again, obviously I wasn't sure about, you know, like jumping onto walls. And now that I know it's a thing, it's obviously gonna get easier, right? For the next puzzles that have that. So I hope to see you next time again. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.